Hi everybody, Rex Frost here, and this is my review for Rear Window, which is the third movie I've watched in my film literature class. Okay, so Rear Window is a movie about a guy who has who has a okay, I forgot. Here's a quick spoiler warning. I'm going to do a recap of the movie because it is a relatively old movie, so I mean, you may not have heard of it, you may have heard of it, but regardless, here's a spoiler warning because this movie does have a lot of cool twists and turns that I don't want to get too much into, but I might accidentally say stuff. So yeah, Rear Window is a movie about a guy was a broken leg who's like currently healing, and he's in like yeah, and, I mean he has a broken leg, so like there's like not really much you can. I mean, all he does is stay at home all day and spy on his neighbors. So it's basically all the movie is about. I mean, it is about a little more, but I mean, yeah. And like one day he sees one of his neighbors doing something suspicious, and then he basically turns into the HOA. So yeah, I mean, on paper, it doesn't really sound like a good. I mean, it doesn't really sound that interesting, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do my. I think I'm gonna do my main issue with the movie is the beginning of the movie is just really boring. Literally nothing happens. I mean, I'd give like the first act of the movie like 2 out of 10. I mean, I was like very bored, but I mean, like once stuff starts going, it gets really good. So yeah, I'm gonna start with my pros. One, I feel like this movie does a great job of working within the limits of the movie because it's just I mean, the limits are the same limits for our main protagonist, Jeff, who's the guy with the broken leg, and it's just like he can't leave his house, so we don't leave his house either. And it's just like, like the entire movie is basically all in his apartment. And like and the movie does do a really good job with like keeping the movie engaging, except for the first third of the movie. But yeah, I mean, the movie is very engaging, and also I do want to say the set design is amazing. I mean, because like this is basically our protagonist's view and what he looks at all day, and like you can like from this picture alone, you can like see a lot of stuff going on. Like this newly wed couple over here, I think there's a musician that lives over here, a dancer that our main protagonist is being a little creepy with, some lonely person in here, and then I think this is like the antagonist's house. So I mean, there's a lot going on like within the entire neighborhood, and it also really feels like all these people lived in all these houses. I just thought it was like pretty cool, and like this set truly did feel alive. And yeah, I mean, I really like that. Also, kind of like going back onto like working with limitations. You don't leave an apartment unless the main protagonist does, and that's like at the very end. So yeah, another thing I kind of already mentioned it is the movie is very intriguing, especially like at the towards like the especially in the second and third acts of the movie because it's like really I mean, there's a lot going on. It really hooks you. Also, this movie is one of those movies where it's like you will have the more you pay attention to this movie, the better experience you will have. So so yeah, I mean, this movie really does a good job. Also, amazing job is like building tension. I was at the edge of my seat in the during like the final act of the movie. So yeah, also, I mean, yeah, I mean, oh yeah, this is a theme that I feel like this movie executed amazingly about. Like, so this is the main character, Jeff, and he has a girlfriend. I don't know if they're dating yet, but like kind of dating, named Lisa. And it's like he's not really that into her, but she's very into him. And like part of the main theme about this movie is like, what will she have to do to make him pay attention? And basically, all she has to do is snoop around a very suspicious guy's house, and yeah, I mean, like being involved with him while he's like trapped in his home. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this movie does do a great job of like executing that scene. Yeah, I already talked about like the beginning is boring. Somebody's got their dogs out in this picture. But yeah, my overall rating is a 7. I wanted to give it a like a E. However, it's just like the beginning is just like pretty bad. So it's like, and like if I was to like average it out, it'd be like, I mean, I already did. It'd be a 5. I just give it like 3 extra points because I felt like because I'd give the first act a 2 out of 10, the second act a 7 out of 10, and the third act a great. However, that kind of averages out to being like a 5 to 6 out of 10. I just felt like this movie, you deserved more, and I liked it more than like my average outing of like I'd give for each act. So yeah. Also, yeah, I mean, here's how it is. I mean, yeah, I liked it better than Casablanca a little more, mainly because like this movie did have an element of mystery that like makes me, the viewer, very engaged with what's going on. So like that's why I'd give it more than I'd give Casablanca. And yeah, I mean, clearly I liked it better than The Graduate because I like Casablanca better than The Graduate. And yeah, I mean, I mean, I liked it more than Graduate mainly because of it had a like more believable romance than The Graduate. If you want to hear my thoughts on the romance in The Graduate, feel free to check out that review. But yeah, I mean, overall, as of now, it's my favorite movie I've seen. And currently we are doing a director's study. So like right now we're watching Alfred Hitchcock movies. So like this is one of the movies he's directed. And next up I think is Vertigo. But yeah, let's see what my class saw about Casablanca. Okay, so as for my entire class, I just think it is interesting how the other class did like Casablanca. It did have like a higher average rating than my class, so that's pretty interesting. Also, this is like our average score for my class, so a 6.8 out of 6.85 out of 10. I feel like relatively fair, especially for average. Here's the full class average, and yeah, they ended up. All of the film lit students in my school ended up liking Casablanca more than The Graduate, which, hey, I totally agree with. I would, yeah, but I mean, that's my entire classes on Casablanca. I clearly don't have the rear window because we're probably not going to give our ratings until the Wednesday of when I'm recording this. So yeah, whenever I do my review for Vertigo, I will update these averages. And yeah, back to my review. Overall, I feel like Rear Window is one of those movies that gets better as the movie goes. And so I would totally recommend giving it a watch. And I will say, even if you probably, I mean, the beginning of the movie is relatively difficult. No, I'm just gonna be brutally honest. The beginning of the movie is pretty bad and like unengaging, but like once you get through the beginning, the middle and end are really good. And I had a really fun time watching this movie. And yeah, feel free to comment your thoughts on a Rear Window down in the comment section if you've seen it. Also subscribe. A Night of the Seventh Kingdoms has episode 6, which is the finale of the first season, has released. I haven't seen it yet, but I will watch it after I'm finished editing this review. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, I will have a video, my review for the first season uploaded hopefully tomorrow when this uploads. So yeah, I will see you all later. Bye.